Here is a design for a garden that requires very little other than natural rainfall. I'd like to draw your attention to the symbols that are used here, and if we go to the blocks command now, can you see that this symbol here comes from users My Documents, happens to be from Crossover on a Mac, but it comes from the My Documents folder, and I'll close from there now and swing to another drawing. In contrast, this is a design for quite a large area, and the design's been done using Windows, and it's been done using OneDrive, Microsoft OneDrive, to support the drawing file. So if we do something similar and we pick a symbol and we go to the blocks folder, can you see here I've got C:users, Keith, OneDrive, documents, and so on. So we are drawing a symbol not from the documents folder in the user area, but now from OneDrive. Modern Windows computers come complete with a tool from Microsoft called OneDrive. We'd like to pass on some of our experiences that we've had when installing gCADPlus under OneDrive. Firstly, let's look at the standard installation of gCADPlus. So if you follow the default options when installing it, the application itself installs in Program Files x86 gCADPlus, and there are some data support files there. Things like plant database files and so on are there, and some symbol files. During the installation, copies of those same support files that are specific to the user are also stored in the user documents folder. So if you have a look under the user documents, you'll find a gCADPlus folder. If you insert a symbol from the library drop-down, this is all in the standard installation, it'll be drawn from that user name gCADPlus folder, but won't come from over here in the program files. You can test that by, if you activate the blocks command, select a newly inserted symbol that you've put in from the library, and look at the comment section. It'll show the original location, and here's a little example where the comment area shows the original location that file was drawn from, and in this case it's users, Keith, documents, gCADPlus, blocks, plant, standard, then the symbol itself. So that's the standard installation. But if you then decide you'd like to use OneDrive, if you install OneDrive on top of a standard installation that you've done, which is likely, and then you decide to work from a folder in the drawings in OneDrive, the original application folder is actually removed. So this documents gCADPlus folder that we were previously drawing symbols from is automatically removed without you being asked about it. It just happens. So the OneDrive, after OneDrive, you're left with gCADPlus installed in the program files, and as before, the program runs from there, but now the symbol library is accessed differently. Just as you used to get the symbol library from your user area, now it'll come from the OneDrive folder. And here's an example again. If you put the symbol in and take a look at it in the blocks folder, look in the comment section, you'll find it. In this case, it's drawn from users Keith OneDrive documents. So OneDrive's replacing your locally stored documents folder and putting it all online, and it works very well. In fact, we've been testing it, but you do need to be aware that some things change. First thing to emphasize is that you might find after running gCADPlus under OneDrive, your browser default is set to Edge, and Acrobat Reader no longer is the default file for, or default application for viewing PDF. You can reset those, but it's irritating to do it. OneDrive changes the path settings for accessing the symbol libraries back to OneDrive, and you might well lose the correct line type files and so on, because you would have probably stored those in your user document area, and some of them we find is not carried across. And if you come down to this area here, your OneDrive personal thing, and click in there, if you've got as in this case a gCADPlus folder open, it might refer you that we can't sync. So you have to be aware that you're now changing the whole way you work, and effectively Microsoft owns your data or stores your data, and you have to keep paying them every year, because the 5 gigabytes on the free copy of OneDrive is not going to last very long if you're a professional landscape designer working for a whole range of clients. So I hope that helps. You can run it, we've tested it, it works very well, but just be aware of some of the changes that are going to occur, and I would have preferred OneDrive warn me what it was going to do before it does it. One other note to pass on is that the first time we tried this, OneDrive couldn't find the files that we wanted, and we needed to pull it off the computer and run it and reload it and run it again. Once we did that, everything worked fine.